That he's doing it. It's done.
I like it. All right.
I don't know how much
Bye,
more.
Jeff. Thanks for coming down.
Sorry it was late.
But he's been there to help us out, man,
All right.
with growth.
Order.
All right.
Shrink all those accounts, help us to shrink all those accounts.
All right, we're ready?
Ready?
You know.
All right.
Steady hand.
I'll call the governance committee meeting to order. The first is a motion to approve the minutes from November 5th, 2025.
Motion.
All right, second.
So move.
So move.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Any opposed? All right. Next is to review the mission statement. Nothing was revised from last year, so no changes this year. So it's just a motion to recommend to the full board to readopt the mission statement with no changes. All right, can I have a motion?
Motion.
All right, second.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, any opposed or any abstentions? All right. All right, next is the measurement report. The staff has revised the annual measurement report to better align with the other data points that are refined on a quarterly dashboard in the annual meeting. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it looks like what we normally see, so makes sense?
We just changed the data point, so we had, and I should have maybe shown last year's for comparison, but it was just different data points, and we're like, why are we doing a different report? We give you an annual report every year, and we do quarterly dashboards that have the same data on it. Why are we need to be consistent, because it was just another report that we had to do that's different. So it's, and it's like all the same data, but like it was just different, interpreted differently and worded differently. So it's, we're like, we just took our quarterly dashboards and it's the same data on here.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
So it just looks different, really.
Yeah, but it's used to what we're used to.
Yeah, it's more consistent.
Yeah.
And then the bottom part stays the same with the accountability, integrity, and transparency.
Okay. So, a motion to recommend to the full board to adopt the revised measurement report.
So move.
All right, second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, any abstentions? Anyone opposed? All right. The bylaws, no changes there. So, we just need a motion to recommend to the full board to readopt the bylaws as presented with no changes. Can I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
All right, second?
Aye.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. All right, next is the governance committee charter. No changes are recommended. So just, we need a motion to recommend to the full board to readopt the governance committee charter with no changes. Have a motion?
So move.
All right, second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, any opposed, any abstentions? All right, so now we're moving on. So policies and procedures, we can do one motion for all of these and I'll read them through it. And there was one thing that Barry was gonna talk about, but now there's two, and now we'll talk about that. So these are all the ones we'll approve. So code of ethics, compensation reimbursement and attendance policy, conflict of interest, SBA conflict of interest policy, defense and indemnification policy, disposition of property policy, extension of credit policy, FOIL policy, internal controls policy, internal controls procedures, investment policy, local labor policy, procurement policy, public participation policy, records retention, sexual harassment prevention policy, travel and business expense policy, whistleblower policy, and pay equity policy. So we'll turn it over to Barry for the updates.
Sure. So the internal controls policy is going to be merged into the internal controls procedures SBA. The policies overlapped, and we only really need one. The SBA one covers both the public authorities law requirements and the SBA additional requirements. So those will be merged into one policy, and the internal controls policy will no longer exist.
So the SBA one's just a little bit more strict.
Correct. It's it's the same, and then it goes through like the risk matrix and a couple other things that the SBA wants to see, specifically for SBA loans. And then on the investment policy, of the categories of things that MCIDC could invest their money in, there was a category for very specific investments that were made historically, like laser max. Those are no longer applicable, and so we're gonna delete them from the investment policy, as they're not gonna be reoccurring or things that we would use the money for on a go-forward basis.
Sound good? Alright. Alright, so, I need a motion to recommend to the full board, reapprove all the policies and procedures with the changes to the internal control policy and the internal controls procedures from SBA becoming one, and the investment policy, as Barry just talked about. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Alright, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, any opposed, any abstentions? Alright. Any other business? Alright, next is the final one, the motion to adjourn. Can I have a motion?
Hey, Zach, you came in and took care of business.
Right.
Got the bigger, yeah.
Alright, second. Someone just needs to
Second.
say yes.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Alright.
second.
Alright. All in favor? Opposed and abstentions, alright.